Hi guys, welcome back to our vegan kitchen. I'm sick and it's almost the holidays.
Woo!
But I really wanted to show you this recipe because now that I found out that I need to be gluten-free, nut-free, and vegan, I've had to rework a lot of my old recipes and now I want to make them work for the holidays. And I know that you guys do too because you've let me know you want more allergy-free videos.
This is an exciting time.
It is an exciting time because people are figuring out that food maybe is not affecting them the way that it should be and that they need to eliminate certain things. And I can tell you from my experience that since ditching gluten, I feel a whole lot better. So I hope you guys do too. But here's a very wonderful recipe for the holidays. It's one of my all-time favorites from when I was a little kid. Cheesecake!
Yes.
So this is going to be a classic New York style cheesecake with a chocolate cookie crust on the bottom. So the first thing that we're going to do is make the cookie part. And there's not very many cookies out there or graham crackers that are gluten-free. So I don't want to make this difficult on you. I have a nice recipe that should work pretty well. We've got our springform pan here. I believe this is a 3-inch by 6-inch. I just washed it. I just bought this the other day. And I put a piece of parchment on the bottom. So this is all ready to go. So let's get started with it. In the bowl here, I've already prepared 1 flax egg. Don't worry, all of the measurements will be in the info box below for the measurements and ingredients. I'm not just going to put a bunch of measurements. So if you don't know already, a flax egg is 1 ground flax meal tablespoon. How do you like the trip that I took on that one? With 3 tablespoons of water. So you let it sit for about 10 minutes and you got yourself a flax egg. So the rest of the wet-ish ingredients will be dry sugar.
What?
Right? It goes with the egg because it goes with the whole like creaming the sugar and butter together type thing.
I trust you.
Thank you. And then we've also got some coconut oil for our oil of choice. And I'm using this beautiful one that is butter flavor. Oh, so much better than coconut flavor, which a lot of people don't tend to like. So we're going to go 3 of these in here.
It smells like a movie theater in here.
Right? That's probably exactly what they use for the movie theater butter. And we're going to do a little maple syrup as well. We got 2 different types of sugars going on here because it's going to be extra delicious. We're going to do 2 of these. And we're going to do a little splash of vanilla. Alright, so we're just going to mix that up best we can. And we're going to add the dry ingredients to this. So I've already got them measured out over here. I've got some gluten-free flour, some cacao powder, some baking soda, and some baking powder. And there should also be a little pinch of salt in here too, which I just remembered handily. Okay, so we're gonna add these. Give it a good stir. It's gonna be pretty thick. Alright, so you can see it's pretty liquidy right now. That's because the coconut oil is a liquid. If we pop this into the fridge for about 10-15 minutes, we'll be ready to press it into the bottom and the sides of our springform pan without it falling all over the place. So we have to thicken it up a little bit, so it's going in the fridge. Alright, that's what it should look like. I pressed it in and I went up the sides like 1 inch. I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. So we've had to finagle the original recipe quite a bit because the original recipe had a cup of cashews in it. And yeah, that's a problem.
That's a nut.
It's a nut. So we're going with all cream cheese, except I went to 3 stores and none of them had vegan cream cheese. So we're going to go even further outside of our comfort zone and use this dairy-free sour cream, which is basically like the cream cheese, except it's not. It's just a little bit looser. So the cream cheese is a little bit harder. This is just a little bit looser. So I've already started the blender here. In here I have the arrowroot. You could also use cornstarch. I feel like the arrowroot is a little bit better for this recipe because it's more finely ground. So that's why I'm using arrowroot in this case. We're also going to be adding a little bit of vanilla. Always measured, never. And we're also going to be using some lemon extract. The original recipe calls for lemon zest, but that's like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And I don't like getting a piece of like the lemon zest when I'm chewing it. I want this to be like baby food, like super smooth and silky. Also never measured. Whoa. It looks like the right amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be putting a pinch of salt in this one. And by pinch, I mean tiny little spoon. We're going to be tapping old maple syrup again. This is the only sugar that's in here, so 2/3 of a cup may look like a lot of maple syrup, but that's really the only sugar that's going in there. We're also going to put a couple shots of lemon juice in there because I like it really lemony in addition to the lemon extract. So we'll do like 2 tablespoons. And then there's only 2 more ingredients that need to go in, and that is the cream cheese, aka sour cream, and we're going to be using some coconut cream. So this is a 12-ounce package of the sour cream. So we're going to put 1 whole one in. Get out! Oh! No! It goes all over. This one is also 12 ounces, but we only need to get to 16 ounces, so we're going to need 1/3 of this one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like that, right?
I can't tell from this angle. But I'm gonna say yes.
That looks pretty good. Alright, well, things don't always go according to plan or ever. My coconut is not happening. My coconut cream.
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk, but I want the cream out of the coconut milk. So I forgot to freeze my can overnight, so it's a little liquidy. And I was going to just put it in an ice bath and hope for the best, but I'm just going to use this tiny little can. I believe it's 5.5 or 5.4 fluid ounces of organic coconut cream. It's premium. So we're going to use that instead. This is probably, there you go. I was going to say Flash. There you go, Bowie. So this is probably the equivalent of the amount of coconut cream that was in that can anyway.
It all works out in the
So
end.
it all works out in the end. So what we're going to do now is blend the shiz out of this. Because we want this as smooth as a baby's buttock. And yes, we're going to have to scrape down the sides because it's not going to be magical.
Just letting you know ahead of time.
You got to put the work in. So let's go over to the blender. All right, let's do sauces. Alright, there might be the slightest amount of arrowroot on the bottom. Plus, I have all this left on the spatula, so I'm just going to blend it one more shot at sauces, and we should be ready to pour it. Alright, we just had a little laugh. I hope this actually fits in this this pan.
We're about to find
We
out.
certainly are. Let's see. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I thought that was busting out for a second, but that's like...
No, that's the paper.
That would have been bad.
So now I had my oven preheating to 350, and it just let me know that it's ready. So we're going to put this in the middle-ish rack, and we're going to cook it for at least an hour. At least. It's probably going to be more, but it's going to be at least an hour. All right, welcome back. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Thank you for asking. Here's our cheesecake.
Wow.
It's a mile high. All right, so let me explain a little bit about how it was baked. It was actually baked for an hour and a half. This size, I would do an hour and a half. If you have a larger springform pan, you could probably get away with an hour. The way you handle this after it's done baking is you turn off the oven and you do not open the door for hours. Let it come down to room temperature naturally, and then it needs to go in the refrigerator at least overnight to cool so that you don't crack the top. You can see that we have not cracked the top of that, and it is totally beautiful. So now we're going to cut into this bad boy. Maybe it's a good boy. I don't know. It's very rich though. You don't need a big slice of this to enjoy it. Oh, the texture is perfect. I'm very excited for this. I have, how do you say, Frank Sinatra, high hopes? Come on out.
That looks nice.
Whoops. Get off your head. There you go.
Look at that beautifulness.
All right. I've already sampled it a little bit
when
I
you
took
did?
it out of the, well, just a tiny bit. But I want you to be the first one to taste it.
All right.
All right, ready to be tasted.
My goodness.
This looks like the perfect consistency.
We didn't even have dinner yet.
I know. I don't think this could have come out any better.
Okay, here we go. Oh, that smells so good. Mmm. Yes.
We've accomplished it.
Oh,
Vegan,
yes.
gluten-free, nut-free, cheesecake,
Mm-hmm.
New York style, best ever.
It can be done.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Now, if you didn't know that there was all these restrictions on this, would you think that this was like an allergy-free cheesecake?
Sorry, I just choked a little bit. It's what? No. Probably not, but I'm kind of like food dumb, so I don't know.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't think that I would.
Okay.
It's really, really good.
It's amazing.
I know what we're having for dessert tonight. Obvi.
Of course. So I hope you guys try it. The dogs want to eat their dinner, so they said, please subscribe, throw it a like, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And until next time, much love.